Hello, hello, miracle, I am live. I wanted to do it for so long and for some reason I couldn't go live. I don't know if it was an Instagram glitch or something. Facebook also actually didn't work, so finally I am live. And I want to go over the topic today, how I do branding and how different it is from traditional ways. And this would work for actually basically for anyone. If you are expert, if you are a speaker, if you are a coach, if you have a brand, if you sell, basically if you sell anything, if you are the face of the brand, if you are the face of your business, this would be amazing for you. So I'm gonna start and jump straight to that. If you have any questions, put it in the comments, and also if you listening this in recording, then also you can comment your questions or DM me as well. So what the difference? First of all, the method I work is psychology plus energy, so it's a lot of different things involved. It's not only the traditional basic stuff that you answer questions and then you start building, creating your brand. I do not create brands. I do not create a perfect picture of your brand. What I do is I help to reveal your brand. The way I do it, we go into your birth chart and then I look at certain things and then I tell you how naturally, what is your natural stage personality, and then we start building on that. But how we start building, this is the most interesting part, and this is what I did for myself as well. So what it is, usually when you start going to a personal brand, actually let me know if you already working on your personal brand, if you started thinking about it, do you know anything about it. So the way it is, usually, and I will, because I also wanted to do this, like I did it, but also I was studying myself from different experts, I was working on it. But the way they usually start is stating what is my strength, like what am I experience, what is my experience, what are my hobbies, everything, that descriptions of you, the way you are right now. And the reason why, and the way I do it, right? The way I do it, I don't focus on the way you are right now. What I focus is on where you want to be and why I think it's important to work that way. And also it worked for me. First of all, it works for my clients who already done that, but why it is versus now and versus like now and versus future. The way we are right now, it's already like you are here now. Okay, it doesn't work for you, probably doesn't work, but depending where you want to be, that's how you start building, and that's how you start learning and taking the parts of your life to create the path to your future. And why is it that way? Because I'm sure you have I'm talking to people who already have life experience, work experience. You probably studied so many different things. Like oh my god, like ask me what experience I don't have, what didn't I go through. Of course a lot of things probably too, but there's so many different things. If I'm gonna start stating what I have right now, I'm gonna get just lost in everything. And that's why it happened to me, and that's what I hear a lot. Even today I was in so many different calls and group calls as well, that people, especially women experts, especially women who are spiritual and they really want to help other people, and they get lost in all this. Oh my god, I can do this, I can do that, I am this, I am that. We get lost, and I've been there as well, because there's so many different things, there are so many things that we can help. We have our skills, our abilities to do things for people, and we get lost, like, oh my god, where do I start? So why my method of creating the future works better, and it helps you to eliminate the things that you don't really need to focus right now. So for example, if you you're a spiritual coach, or if you're a coach expert to work with spirituality, mindset and things like that, your message should be built a certain way. And also, what kind of people do you want to work with? If it's most likely you need to take the experience in your life that resonates with this. Where do you want to be? If you want to be positioned as a coach, most likely you want to be as a person caring, authentic, mindful, intentional. Probably there could be different things, it doesn't really matter, but in this nature. So people trust you, people lean into you, people feel safe in your presence to open up to you, so you can build relationships that way. If you want to be a business person, businesswoman who built multi-millionaire business in sales, like selling apartments, like for example realtors, or maybe wealth experts, insurance experts, I forgetting the names, but you know what I mean. For you, it's probably you need to create trust, but also you need to create this authority that you can trust me, I can take you through this mess that you might face, or I am smart in this case. You can show your strength through this lens, because you might also be spiritual and intuitive, but sometimes, most of the time, people, if they are trusting your finances, they're like, maybe I would like you to have more like hard knowledge and skills than only intuition. So in this case, if your focus would be on something different, and the way we do that is through the experiences we get from here. So even my case, for example, as well, when I was going from learning, I was let's say, actually I want to okay, I'm gonna tell experience probably from me going from a strong, this like businesswoman to a feminine coach. What changes I've made? Of course, my appearance, because first starts it's the looks. What we start is the looks, because whatever you can say, whatever your opinion is, even if you come to this live or you're watching this in a recording video, the first thing you open is the picture. You don't hear my voice. Sometimes it's even muted in our social media. You don't hear my voice. You don't hear what I'm speaking. You don't know what I'm even, what my personality is, what my soul is, what kind of person I am. If I'm kind, or if I'm like this bitchy person, they don't know. The first thing we see is the picture, is our features, it's our details like jewelry, it's our posture, it's our hair. This is what we see, and it doesn't matter if we are online or if we are in person, because I'm very strong in person as well. I do a lot of in-person events, and that's what matters. I see a lot of women who want to work with a high-level profile people, like making like big sales and big ticket sales, but they don't put any effort in their looks. And I'm not saying you have to do like certain things. The thing is that it's your effort as well, it's your discipline. There's one thing I've learned a long time ago, when someone said you can look at the person and see how disciplined they are just by how they look. Because if you go online, if you're messy and you're like, oh my god, I'm just coming from whatever it is, like I just want to come on live and like talk to you and do with this, you can look at this like, oh my god, like if you are like this in your life, how can you help me in my business? Depending on the business, but still, how can you help me if you are messing yourself? If you don't have time to put your hair in a nice way, to come on live with your presence, with like the calm energy. Calm, it could be different, but not without anxiety. At least it tells a lot. If you come like the also posture. So many calls I did, and also now, and not now only, but all the time, I'm looking, when I'm in the Zoom meetings especially, I always pay attention how people see it, what they do, how they do, and it's not only me. And subconsciously, even if you don't pay attention, subconsciously you still look at them and you still notice. And sometimes you're like, oh okay, you see, like you can say it right away, like this person is messy, this person is not organized at all. This person is very confident. This person is very put together. It's like it looks like she knows what she's doing and what she's up to. And you're like, okay, like I'm gonna go follow this person. I don't know what she does, but whatever she does, it's probably good. And I'm sure you have these feelings. I'm sure you, somewhere in the back of your head, you have those thoughts. Just sometimes people don't realize that. And also today I'm creating a guide. I started yesterday, but today I completely changed it. I almost finished it, but today I'm changing it completely, because what I also want to talk about is that survival mode and enjoying mode. It's when people who still on survival mode, they think that it doesn't matter how you look, it doesn't matter the aesthetics, the beauty doesn't matter. What matters is practical stuff, all the what I give, what I do. Thank you for agreeing. And tell me your experiences as well, and what are your thoughts, reflections maybe, so you can also change or maybe do some, fixing in your branding as well, your messaging as well. But and I forgot what I was talking about, but but going back to, I started with Zooms, with the calls, and survival mode, yes. So with survival mode, a lot of people think that, and that it doesn't matter. I was there as well. Even though I grew up, my mom always took care of herself, always supported me on my hair, my certain clothing and stuff. So it's been like all my life like this. But on certain things, sometimes I always be like, oh, it doesn't matter. Like it's like I'm doing the transformation. I'm giving this, like the practical stuff. I'm teaching something, like what's the essence is important. But when I grew out from that mode, when I became more in enjoying mode myself, in more calm and relaxed, and more like I found myself, accepted myself more, grew up and level up my life more, I started noticing that actually when you calm, when you slow down, you start noticing the beauty, you start noticing and paying attention, and actually your eyes are bothered if it's something is off, and that creates anxiety and disturbance even in our brain too. So that's why the beauty is important, our looks are important, and how we translate that, how we use it in our branding as well, it's very important. If we want, like for example Steve Jobs, I'm sure everybody knows of Steve Jobs, and a lot of people actually think like, oh, but Steve Jobs wears this high neck shirt and jeans, and he's successful, he doesn't care about his looks and stuff like that. Why do I have to dress up and stuff, all of that? Do you know that he doesn't wear any casual stuff? Strategically, he wears high neck, he used to wear, definitely high neck shirts and jeans, specific colors, specific structure, because of his branding. His branding is simple, clean, and like the qualities, but it's branding. It's not basic casual stuff like many people think. Also Mark Zuckerberg, also he wears casual stuff, but most of tech guys, because of their branding, they use those strategic styles to speak and communicate their brands, because it's technology, it's not and they are CEOs, it's like it's a little different, the messaging is different. But for example, if I'm working with women, especially when I started working with femininity, and it's my whole journey of femininity, how it changed, how I worked on it, it's like all the lines, because before I used to, even now it's open, but it's very soft lines, my hair very soft lines, my makeup very soft lines, because it's femininity. and also the way who I want to work with, the way I work, like I communicate, my tone. Also, I use it now not only by the branding, by the psychology, the way I want to work, but also according to my natural energies that are in my birth chart. And that's how I also in my program, and actually I have one session only, not, you don't have to get the full program, like it's 2 months. You can only get one session, and even in one session you already can learn your natural energies, how you need to speak that people will hear you. Because I'm sure and I heard that also throughout these 3 weeks that I was paying attention and speaking to women on my calls with about branding, that some people like, why am I called like people tell me I'm loud, I'm aggressive, because you probably not using the right energies for your branding. Because the way two different people can talk the same way, but if their natural energies are different, one person will be perceived as, oh my god, like she's ambitious, she's so confident, independent woman, I admire her, oh my god, I love it. And another one will be like, oh my god, like what does she think about herself, like what is this, like I don't want to hear that, she's so aggressive, I don't want to talk to her, I don't want to listen to her. Because this person doesn't use her natural energy. And there are 4 of them. I have a YouTube video, it's for free, you can go, actually it's also on my Instagram, but it's probably easy to find on my YouTube. 4 type of energies that we have. So when we communicate through these energies, and also how we build this, like what kind of person do you want to be, actually you can give me your examples, what you do, so, or where you want to be, so we can also start building like what you need to start doing right now. Because it starts with your body language. If you want to be maybe something, if you work with women, if you want to give this soft feminine energy, your body language will be soft, your voice will be softer, your gestures are also softer, the way you sit on camera, use your camera will be softer. But if you want to use authority, if you want to be a leader, if you want to create this ambitious, independent persona, which is not, again, it's not about creating and building, it's about revealing, if you have that, right? So if naturally you are that and you want to be that, the way you put yourself, like you see, like I'm talking and I'm already, my body posture is changing, my face changed already when I was just speaking that. The chin up, I become straight. And that's how, like, I already kind of because I'm doing it for so many years, my body already adjusting to what I'm talking about. And the reason is also how I train my body, and I did train my body to be that. Because people think that it's subconsciously we can yes, like become very like shy in this your subconscious mode. I heard this woman who like, I want to work with high-ticket clients, yes, I want to level up my life, yes, I want to work with this people, but the way they already show up, like nobody, like I don't know, like nobody wants to work with them, because there is no confidence, there is no leader to even follow. And anywhere, any time in life we buy any services, the person we are buying from, we need that person to be a leader in our life for that area of our life. And if someone is showing up like, oh, I'm so confident, I'm comfortable like this, I'm just so comfortable. Okay, does your comfort serve your purpose? Does your comfort pays your bills? Does your comfort solves issues for people and help them? I don't think so. It barely does. And if sometimes, of course, it works for some people, but of course they put a lot of effort, they are very tired, usually they are overworked, they are burned out, and that's their choice. They can work with that, they can, if people don't want to learn and grow, it's also a choice. But I don't want to deal with that anymore, so I'm using certain things, like at least our body language, at least our posture. Also, for example, communication, the way we want to talk. If you want to be a softer person, like authentic, kind, you use this kind of words, you use kind of phrases. Maybe you smile a little more and you put your with your body language. It's very different, and you start doing that online and in person, and this is how you start building. And that's why it's so important to have this idea where you want to go, where you want to be, who you want to be, not the way you are right now. Because, for example, if you are right now this very rough person, but you want to create and you want to be softer woman who is attractive of good people, opportunities, clients, and not chasing and getting them and fighting for everything, but this woman who wants to just be in her presence and attract things. It's different. You can still be powerful, and there are so many different ways to do it. It doesn't have to be only two. I'm just giving two opposite examples because it's easier to explain. It's faster to explain and show that. But there are so many different also details to the personalities. But the way, if for example you are very rough right now, and like for example, what do I have here? Like my mug, my favorite mug here, like and you can see that also right away, and it comes, and that's why I work with our appearance, how we see visuals, our communication, our lifestyle, because the branding that I do, it's not creating, it's revealing, and it's your entire whole lifestyle. So you don't have to play anything. You just being you. That's it. But to find your core and just create, like reveal who you really are, it takes some methods to work with. So, for example, if you are, like this woman, you can see like with the gestures, and I can see like this, So what we can start with, just softening, even just how you hold your cup. I know it's a very little step, but when you start doing that, if you recognize yourself doing that, like doing stuff like that, but you want to be a little softer, you start with the way you hold your mug, the way you hold your coffee cup. And it takes also body language and the way you start being soft with your mugs. I know it sounds funny probably, but the way you being soft with your mug, with your coffee, with your tea, that's how you started opening and softening. You start being in contact with your body language in different situations as well. So that's how being and choosing where you want to be, it's more important the way you are right now, because it's all about, this is the way I am. I cannot just be the same person or one type of person. I think so many different personalities, depends on situations, and I think that's most of the human beings, and this is how it's supposed to be. We cannot just be one person, but growing, learning new experiences, learning new skills will help us to be this interesting person and being able to have conversation on different topics. And that's what important, because it comes to building connections, building relationships with people, but being authentic selves. So not important how you are, which of course it's important, but where you want to go, it's more important. And that's how I start. When you come, I'm gonna do guides today, and then after you do your guide, you can actually message me who wants to get the guide, so I can just send it to you. But also after the guide, if you want to start working on your branding, when you book your calls, please have in mind already what kind of person you want to be. Like what is your goal? Even if it's vague, you can at least already know what is your goal, like who do you want to be in the future, how do you see yourself. I don't care, a year, 5 years, 10 years, doesn't matter. Like, everybody has their idea how I want to be perceived, what kind of person I want to be. That's what I want. So we can start building towards that, and then using the experiences that fits that image that you want to create here. Because if you, for example, if you want to, let's say, if you want to work with business owners, but of course, and you, for example, you like gardening, you like cooking, but you also in marketing, you also a member of a business community, if you are also like doing some networking in, like, business stuff, the way to put yourself and become an authority here, you need to more talk about this part of your life. Because if you talk about the cooking, the gardening all the time, and most building the brand around that, you will attract different crowds. Most likely, we can of course talk about it, because a lot of people, especially women, do that, but that's not the main point here. The main point is the business, how you see as a leader, and then along the way you create and you talk about these things, but also how you talk about this is the gardening, the cooking. We can also talk about it from a business perspective, not like the feminine, the family-oriented perspective, if you don't want to be perceived like that way, and which is okay. But how you tell the story, how you put all your parts of the life, the way that you create the right image of yourself. So that's what I do. And if you're ready to create, to reveal that brand that is your lifestyle, not some image that you create and then you have to play that mask, put on a mask. I'm not about that. You can again, I'm gonna repeat, you can start with one session if you're already ready, if you don't need a guide, if you're already, if you're decision maker, if you're ambitious, like I'm sure you already have your decisions made, and you can start with one session and see how it is and what it is, and you're gonna have a whole PDF with all your natural energies, how position yourself, your colors, your styles, and that's your natural. That's how you become visible in the world. And also I have 1 month where we also work on your visibility cells, your natural, the way you naturally attract people. And also I have 2 months where we also integrate our feminine energy for women, because femininity, it's not only being cute, it's also our money and our scaling our businesses, especially if you work with women, if your clients are women, because our femininity attracts female clients. So that's why it's so important. And you can, if you have any questions, please send me messages or comment below under this live, under this video, and I'm gonna get back to you. And you can book your sessions. Actually, I don't have a link yet online, but DM me a session or branding, anything, or just I want a session, and I will send you the link to book it in, answer all the questions that you have. So have a great Wednesday, and be intentional on your branding, because even if you don't work on it, you still have it. It's just probably it doesn't serve you. It probably doesn't work for you. It probably works against you in most cases. That's what I've seen throughout all these calls that I did with women within like 2 weeks. So be intentional, and have an amazing day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye bye. Okay, where is the ending here?